Bonding is, of course, obviously an important part in building that to that point. So we'll talk about chemical bonding, which is a pretty much a review for a lot of these guys. They had physical science and had chemistry half of last year, so they should know about covalent, ionic, hydrogen bonding, that kind of thing. And we want to just re-emphasize polarity, especially in water molecules and how properties emerge from that polarity. We'll also do some, we'll expect them to be able to build models, simple ones, and then also up to, we're going to have different groups building amino acids, for example, and then linking them together. So
we build some simple proteins.
Yeah, ball and stick. Get out the ball and stick. Yeah.
Are we going to teach them about Lewis dot structures?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Not for biology. That's a chemistry.
That's more chemistry.
Yeah, it's not in our standards for biology. It would be for chem.
Okay, so Gilbert Lewis is not going to be a big subject with us. Okay.
And we'll show about polymerization. We want to know that they understand that polymers are made of monomers and how they're linked together, and as well as having actual practice with those models. That should bring that home a bit. We had a lab last year for physical science that demonstrated the 6 properties of emergent properties of water. But since we did it last year with them, it would be pointless to do that again.
So you're just going to review that and the surface tension. Talking about the hydrogen bonds and how they create that surface tension.
Yep.
So lizards can walk on water. Jesus Christ, lizards.
Yep. Have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah, I have in Costa Rica.
Me too.
They're pretty cool.
That's where we saw them. Yeah, right in a boat watching. That was crazy.
So, I'm still learning how to use this. I'm not sure that I recorded it, so I started again and did it again. So we're going over the lesson plans that we're doing for the next 3 weeks for this unit. And, our classroom expectations, these students here at International School of Myanmar, they're great. These kids work really hard, and we know they're really excellent at science. And so we have very high expectations for them. And we're going over the UBDs right now, understanding by design. So we're go ahead and look at the desired objectives, what we want the kids to be able to do when we're done. And then we're basing our lesson plan upon that and backwards planning.
Sounds like what's the basic idea of it all, and we just want to make sure we hit all the major points that satisfy the standards.
Standards, Aero standards, and core standard combination.
Yeah, we always want to double check with those before we do anything, and if something is not in the standard, don't want to waste our time on it. There's so much to cover that you really have to. You have to think that way. You can't be too content heavy, but more concept heavy and experience heavy. Get them into looking at animations, and we have a number of animations for this section.
Yeah, you were telling me about all those. You showed me that whole page. That's great. That's awesome. And I think it's really, for me, being a new teacher, it's very helpful because you've been very good at explaining how we're going to start off with a small short lecture, and then we're going to give them a project to do, and they're going to work on that and get their hands on it, build models so that they're doing not just hearing us and seeing us writing on the chalkboard, but they're actually doing kinesthetic. So we're differentiating the program with different types of learning. Then you're going to show animations. So that's another type of learning procedure. And then they're going to come back and show us and demonstrate what they learn and actually teach us.
Yeah.
So I really like your approach at breaking up the classroom into little chunks and differentiating for the different types of learning styles.
Yeah.
So that's really helpful that you were explaining to me about that, because like I said, I'm a new teacher, and I'm so lucky to be in this school and having you as a mentor. So it's great.
You're being kind.
No, it's true though.
But it is a good school with polite and attentive students, and they're very grade hound conscious, and so that's sometimes there's a dark side of that, but they're at least here to get the grade, and hopefully more than that, and hopefully we can light a fire under them. I look at the Lebanese school, ACS. They have Aero standards.
Yes.
And that they mention that Describe fundamental chemistry of living cells. That's a benchmark. And then underneath that, list the major chemical elements. Identify the function of the four major macromolecules. Explain how the properties of water, what they are, and their impact
On life.
yeah. And explain how the role of enzymes in cell chemistry. And the last one will have some good animations that help them to see exactly what we're talking about there. So that's all the points right there. I mean, this is our curriculum director was in Lebanon before, so he brought this with him. And
Oh, excellent.
And we find common ground there. So
And the meeting we had with the principal was really helpful, and with the curriculum director talking about the different standards. I thought that was, for me, that was very helpful.
yeah, and we have our slightly modified Common Core Aero standards for the school, and in them, under cell biology, strand 1, we have standard 1, fundamental life processes of plants and animals depend on a variety of chemical reactions that occur in specialized areas of an organism's cells. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? As a basis for understanding this concept. And it talks about students, 1.12 benchmark, how enzymes or proteins that catalyze biochemical reactions without altering the equilibrium and depend on environmental conditions, etc. And that macromolecules, such as the four major categories, how they are synthesized, and so it justifies doing this at this level of organization so that we can move up to cells and really make some sense.
Okay, excellent. Well, I know you're busy. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
I finished my pizza. With the first video we made, I had my pizza going and chewing away on that.
Yeah, but I didn't record it right, so this is our take 2. So thank you very much for your time. Hopefully this one works.
All right.
Let's see.
Thank you.